Here's part 2 of our notes. So we just talked about how we found basically our probability if they made all 5 penalty kicks, and what's the probability, total probability, if they make 4 penalty kicks. Now it says one student calculated the probability of making exactly 4 of the penalty kicks using this formula. We're going to identify what each part of the formula represents. So here it says P, so probability, that's what P represents. It's exactly 4 successes out of the 5 trials. So here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to pause the video and determine, what does this 5 represent? What about this 0.7? What about to the 4th power? This 0.3 in the 1st power. So I'm going to pause the video and kind of jot down, what do you guys think each of these represents? Okay, let's see what she came up. Now, what I see does not need to be exactly what you have on your paper. If it's kind of close to what I have, we're good to go. Okay, let's first talk about this 5. Now remember, there were 5 different ways that we can make exactly 4 penalty kicks. So what this 5 represents is how many ways we can make exactly 4 kicks. And you put penalty kicks, I'm just kind of writing, right? So remember, 4 penalty kicks means that was a success, okay? Now, 0.7, remember that's what they talked to us about at the very beginning. This is actually our probability of making a penalty kick. So that one, hopefully we knew what that represents. Now remember, this 4th power means we actually made 4 of the penalty kicks. So the 4 represents the number of penalty kicks. Penalty kicks made. There you go. So we made 4 of the penalty kicks. Now this 0.3, remember we talked about how that's if we missed the goal. So this is the probability of missing the goal or not making the penalty kick. So here, if we made 4 of the penalty kicks and where you have 5 trials, that means there's 1 time, right, that we don't make the goal. Okay, so this is once again the number of missed goals or not making the penalty kick. So whatever you would like to put there. So number of times that we missed the shot or missed the goal. Okay, so that's what each of these values represents. Okay, now in our last problem, what we're going to do is now figure out what is the probability that the U.S. team wins. So remember, what this means is that they either make all 5 penalty kicks or they make 4 out of the 5 penalty kicks. So with number 4, as stated, if a World Cup ends in a shootout, what's the probability that U.S. team wins? Now I want you guys to pause the video and go and try this one on your own. Okay, so as a reminder, we got to figure out the probability of making 5 penalty kicks. And we have to add that with the probability of making 4 penalty kicks. So we already found the probability of making 5 penalty kicks. That was example 1. So we said that probability is 0.1681. Then for number 2, so A through E, that kind of helped us figure out, well, what is the probability of making 4 penalty kicks? On example 2E, we found the final answer to be 0.36. So now we add these together, and so the probability that the U.S. team wins is going to be 0.5281, or a 52.81% there. Okay, make sure you guys watch the next part. This is where we're going to talk about what is called binomial experiment.